Does the mere fact that you sign a consent form that the doctor can perform surgery, is that a get-out-of-liability pass? Does that give the doctor the legal ability to commit medical malpractice or negligence during the course of surgery? You want to learn the answer? Come join me as I share with you this great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury trial lawyer practicing law here in the state of New York. The mere fact that you sign a consent form simply gives the doctor permission to go ahead and do the surgical procedure that he's recommending. It does not give him permission to be careless. It does not give him permission to violate the basic standards of medical care. So now, if you suffer significant injury as a result of that surgery, and now the doctor comes in and says, hey, don't blame me for you suffering injury, you sign this consent form. Well, guess what? That consent form only gives you permission to go ahead and do the surgery. It does not give you permission to violate the basic standards of medical care, nor does it give you permission to be careless during the course of the surgery. And by the way, although we recognize that there are risks, inherent risks associated with every type of surgical procedure, what we are claiming in this particular case is that this was something that should not have occurred, and this was not a known, recognized, accepted risk that should have happened. This should have been detected, it should have been addressed during the course of surgery, and because it wasn't, now this patient suffered significant injury. So the mere fact that you sign that consent form at the beginning before the doctor goes ahead and does surgery does not give them a license, does not give them the ability to go ahead and do whatever they want and to be careless during the course of the procedure. Now, I will share something with you. Doctors don't wake up in the morning and say, hey, who can I screw up today during surgery? They don't do that. Instead, what will happen is they'll do the surgery and they may not have recognized that they caused an injury. And now, what happens? They send the patient to recovery, they send the patient home, patient has significant problems, and nobody bothers to recognize or suspect the possibility that they now have a significant injury. That's where the departure from good practice arises. Oftentimes, it's not the mere fact that the injury happens during the course of surgery, but rather, it's often the failure to recognize it afterwards that rises to the level of a departure from good and accepted medical care. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you to give you an insight and an understanding to what goes on in a medical malpractice case here in the state of New York. You know, I realize you're watching this because you likely have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you do have legal questions, what I encourage you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your legal questions. You know, I do this every single day and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's quick video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a great day.